On the road to House Alda, you find a small convoy of abandoned speeders. The lead vehicle is a smoking wreck, though the others appear undamaged. The odds that this was an attack on Hylo's contact are good.
Anyone alive here?
If anyone is still alive, they don't answer. Or can't. Checking the speeders and bodies for signs of life only confirms that anyone still breathing has fled the scene.
Search the vehicles.
You rifle through the belongings abandoned by the passengers. Mostly personal effects of little consequence, but a couple things catch your interest. Several gift-wrapped boxes contain objects native to Kashyyyk, dried wasaka berries, carvings made from rocher wood, and a reek blade bound to its scabbard with elaborate braids. The Senator's personal datapad is also among the items you located.
Read datapad.
You slice your way into the datapad with a known exploit. It's enough to get you into the locally stored data at least. The Senator's calendar shows an anniversary date that recently passed. The location is listed as Parliament, but a note says, delayed indefinitely. A cursory glance at his recent messages shows that the Senator was in contact with local authorities about an attack on Parliament. Among his last messages are a plea to Hylo for discreet passage and a series of urgent check-ins with another senator that received no reply.
Look down the road.
You can tell the attack was recent. Raising your macro binoculars, you take a look down the roadways for signs of flight and pursuit. You find nothing indicating that the diplomat or attackers continued along the road.
Check destroyed speeder.
The lead speeder in the escort looks to have been struck by a blast that reduced it to a smoking wreck. Scorching around the ground indicates that a mine or improvised explosive was the cause. The other speeders appear unharmed by the blast though. Taking a closer look for damage to the Senator's vehicle reveals that its electronic systems are fried. The shell of an ion pulse bomb lays half buried along the road.
Piece together the events.
The Senator's meeting at Parliament was interrupted by an attack, forcing him into protective custody. At least one other senator appears to have been involved. While traveling under armed escort to House Alda, the senator was targeted by another attack that disabled his motorcade and killed several bodyguards. Whether he escaped or was taken is unclear, but no sign of him or his assailant can be found here. With no sign of flight along the roads, an off-road path through the wilderness remains the only obvious means of escape. A pair of dead Wookiee warriors proves you're on the right path. They appear to have been cut down by a bladed weapon. Defensive wounds on their arms and bowcasters indicate they put up a fight, but their depleted ammo packs aren't reassuring.
Check defensive wounds.
A few grazing cuts on their arms and bowcasters match the bladed weapon. There are some rougher scratches that might have been from wrestling in the terrain. One of the Wookiees has a clump of long white hairs caught in his fingers. Aside from color, it's similar to his own.
Check fatal wounds.
The weapon used to kill both Wookiees was extremely sharp, as the wounds are both clean and deep. It was most likely some kind of vibroblade.
Search surroundings.
The 10 or so meters around the bodies are trampled and gouged from an intense melee. Though neither the senator nor the assailant are here, you easily find tracks.
Piece together the events.
Whoever laid the trap for the motorcade along the road, caught up with the survivors here. The white-haired attacker was dangerous enough to overpower at least 2 Wookiee warriors in close combat, and might even be a Wookiee as well. The tracks leaving the grisly scene are clear enough to follow, and hint that the chase didn't conclude here.
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
Hakwadopi. Mukili maklun kinit at ambung pabusyuda. Bedwana, ubakili watabunka donko pagotaloda.
Bam?
Wama ota jakoga hutapawa do bumpa wula. Kukleducho sinawi, kuchus sayo mata chipompota.
I need to find them. Good luck to you.
Magoto no pachungi, fagota ji 8 India.
The speeder is in bad shape from its terminal impact and won't be moving again without significant repairs. There's no one in the vehicle, alive or dead. Farther down the same trajectory is another smaller wreck, and a Wookiee's body.
Check crashed speeder.
Judging by the amount of blood in the front seat, the driver probably died there and the vehicle went out of control. Rows of small gouges can be found all over the hood and the driver's side door, but it doesn't look like the vehicle impacted with anything on that side.
Check other wreck.
The smoldering chassis of a swoop bike lays in a tangled heap. It looks like it took a nosedive right into the ground.
Check body.
It looks like the Wookiee tumbled here after being ejected from the speeder when it crashed, but that likely isn't what killed him. His throat and chest are covered in blood. Closer inspection shows the neck wound is more a ragged tear than a clean cut.
Piece together the events.
Near as you can tell, the attacker caught up with the Senator's swoop bike and leapt to it in flight. He then tore the driver's throat out, while clinging to the exterior. You don't see drag marks, so more than one of the passengers was alive enough to leave of their own volition. Searching the ground for tracks, you find the next best thing, blood. A slight trail picks its way across the ground away from the wreck.
The last talls? How is that possible? Gryyzak, what did you take that has enraged this talls enough to hunt you across Alderaan? Please. There has to be a way to settle this peacefully. I admire your spirit. I'd prefer not to have to kill you. Is there really nothing I could offer to appease your anger? I am not a pacifist. I do not hesitate to use force when necessary, you've seen that yourself. For the last time, no. The Wookiee is connected to my clan. Can you understand that?
Not even a challenge.
I can't take all the credit. Hylo Visz was the one who told me of your situation.
Got supply runs stopping through Kashyyyk already, Commander. Plus some reliable muscle that nobody wants to mess with. Gonna chalk this one up as a big win. Thanks for your help.